There's a lot of ongoing manga like One Piece, Chainsaw Man Part 2, and surprisingly even Boruto that have been pretty damn good for the past couple weeks. And along with these big titles, Jujutsu Kaisen has been hitting every stride and has recently been dropping banger after banger. I'm sure everyone's been seeing the works on Twitter, TikTok, and pretty much every social media platform out there on the recent chapters that have been pretty groundbreaking for the series and something the entire fanbase has been waiting to be cooked up for literal years. The culmination of what Sukuna was plotting with Megami, along with the return of Satoru Gojo, are both by far two of the biggest parts within this last span of chapters, and to say the least, Gege did his thing with the story here, making recent Jujutsu Kaisen nothing short of phenomenal. Reading the Culling games weekly has been pretty damn good so far, but this recent experience with the manga has just been next level, and from Sumiki's reveal to Sukuna using Ink Chain and taking over Megami's body at his point of weakness, Gege hit the brakes and just did not stop. Every time this man Sukuna shows up, it's just as the manga predicts, and a calamity just takes over, causing pure insanity, which is exactly what we got in his recent appearance. Megami got forcibly taken over, Angel was pretty much dead to us as readers for a while even though it was not confirmed, and our boy Yuji Itadori goes through straight suffering, starting with this mean ass punch from Sukuna. But he stays true to his character and does what he usually does and reaches a new awakening, giving us the rawest spread in the manga with him walking through Sukuna's cleave and punching him right back, which aside from looking cool also portrayed everything that makes Yuji up as a character, clashing with Sukuna's twisted mentality. And following this we get the dope ass 2v1 with him and Maki fighting Sukuna, which although was only viable because of Megami suppressing him, the combos and synergy from Maki and Yuji in this 3 hand-to-hand specialist brawl was really cool to see. But of course in the end Sukuna fulfills his goal of capturing Megami's body, bathing him in a solution of cursed energy that swamps him with evil in attempts to sink him further into the abyss, and no longer able to influence Sukuna in any way, shape or form. And Sukuna takes it a step further with his battle against Yorozu, where he goes on to kill Sumiki's host, inevitably killing Sumiki with Megami's own body and curse technique to truly drown him in that abyss and create that sense of despair. Extremely twisted and thought out plan from Sukuna, which kinda solidified, at least to me, Megami's death. I don't really see a way he can come out intact, even with the gang all assembled and working together in the latest chapter. But in terms of this fight itself, it's probably the weakest part of this stretch from Sukuna's awakening. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Yorozu's character and how she was utilized, which I can definitely agree with to a certain extent, but even though it wasn't the strongest section of the stretch, it isn't without its cool moments. With for a second time showing us Sukuna's version of the 10 Shadows technique and how he could easily body Yorozu, an extremely capable and strong sorcerer, without the need to use his domain or even his own curse technique, giving us a glimpse of Sukuna's newfound power and most likely the key to defeating Gojo in that matchup, with of course none other than Maharaga that just completely discarded Yorozu's domain after Sukuna carefully adapted him to it. But aside from Sukuna's reign, which was going a bit too well, the gang finally, and I mean finally, find some hope within this dire situation with Gojo's inevitable arrival. And although all the pieces was there with the back of the prison realm and Angel's ability, it all felt surreal and unbelievable that he could actually be coming back, even though I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. This was probably because it's been 3.5 damn years, so the fact that he was going to be joining these lots soon was a little hard to get around. But just as the community always wondered, the time Gojo spent in the prison realm is shown some limelight, with the group pondering Gojo's mental state, as we don't know if he's been in the prison realm for just a couple of seconds or 100 damn years. And I'm glad Gege shone a light on this topic, as it's something to definitely take into account due to the magnitude of Satoru Gojo and the influence he had on the entire world. But with some careful planning from everyone, Angel used Jacob's ladder and he made his appearance in style, escaping Kenjaku's 8,000 meter trench in a matter of seconds, putting us in a direct confrontation with him and Kenny. Not gonna lie, Jujutsu Kaisen 221 might be my favorite chapter in the Culling games thus far, because man, the gas feeling that I'm sure we all once had once we saw this spread is just untouchable. Gojo staring down the mastermind who orchestrated his sealing and takeover of his best friend's body made my mind go from where's Gojo gone to now what the hell am I reading. The feeling of dread that Gege has been shoving down our necks for the past 8 or so chapters just gets completely thrown out at that point, and you can finally see a glimmer of hope for the gang, as the man who once altered the balance of the world from simply being born is now back to help fight a side that just continuously gets stronger and closer to their goals. Gojo is now face to face with not only Kenny but Sukuna and Urame, which was to say the least an insane interaction. A clash of arms between Sukuna and him, followed by Urame getting bodied by one punch after Gojo starts trash talking him with infinity blocking out the blood, is just gas. last man. And then a final battle gets set in stone after what, 220 chapters of build up from when Yuji asked him the question of who would win. Just banger after banger scenes and interactions that just makes this insane stretch of chapters from Sukuna's ink chains and now even more gas than it already was. For the most part, this section of Jujutsu Kaisen is cooking up something amazing, and from how Gege has handled Sukuna's emergence and Gojo's homecoming, I have no doubt that this final battle is about to be the best thing that we've seen in JJK. Even though Gojo is clearly a favorite to win due to his overwhelming abilities that just seem impossible to beat, I really don't think he will be as cut and dry as many of us in the community believe it to be. In any case, we'll see this matchup very soon, and with the pace JJK is going, I'm predicting the manga to end sometime late this year. Usually I don't believe authors that say said story will finish at said time. I'm looking at you, Oda. But surprisingly, I can see things wrapping up pretty soon. This last stretch has just been phenomenal, and even though JJK is on break for another 2-ish weeks, this latest chapter definitely left us with a lot to sit with. It's unreal how much I've been enjoying this manga recently, and it's been a while since I've dropped a JJK video on the channel, so hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you all for watching, leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace.